Greetings and welcome to Pokémon Aftermath, where we will explore the aftermath of a cataclysmic event that wiped out most of the regions of the world 50 years ago when the ultimate weapon of Kalos was unleashed. Only Sinnoh was spared thanks to a mysterious force that protected it from the blast. Now, our brave players embark on a perilous journey across the devastated lands, helping people and Pokémon who survived the disaster, and uncovering the secrets of the past and the future. Today, we follow Zarin, a psychic from the Hoenn region, as he arrives in Eterna City and journeys into the mysterious Eterna Forest to aid a fellow trainer in his own journey. Are you ready to join them in this epic adventure? Then tune in to Pokémon Aftermath, where the stakes are high and the challenges are endless. So we're starting off with Zarin already being in Eterna City after a long journey from the Hoenn region. You are walking around the city, kind of enjoying the views, and noticing that the city itself is very tightly packed, overcrowded with people. It almost seems that Eterna City has become kind of the place to go for refugees. So it's very overcrowded right now. As well as the induction tournament for the Pokemon Exploration Society being held in Eterna City this year has attracted a lot more people to the city as well. Is Sharkface out with you?
Yeah, I would say he usually stays at my side rather than in a Pokeball, where allowed, of course.
Okay, yeah. He's kind of just paying up beside you, and you're wandering around the city. But what are you looking for in the city?
I would say, if I'm assuming I just arrived in town, or at the very least haven't been there very long, actually probably looking for opportunities where I can test myself as a trainer, and because again, I feel like I've got something to prove to myself to try and overcome everything that's happened, and I came here specifically to seek a challenge, to seek something that would push my limits and force me past what I see as my own shortcomings. So either, since there are no gyms that are really active anymore, although there are here, right? Sinnoh still has gyms?
Are in Sinnoh, yeah.
Okay, there are in Sinnoh, so I might be looking for gyms or other trainers to battle, or just any sort of competition or tournament where I can prove that, I'm not only a qualified trainer, but that I've moved past my fears, which of course I haven't yet, but...
Yeah, and I assume that is what kind of attracted you to Eterna City and the induction tournament in the first place. And you're kind of looking around trying to find a place to train up your Growlithe Sharkface and kind of get ready for the tournament. As you're kind of wandering around the city, you notice this kind of older gentleman sitting on a bench, and he's holding a photo album, and just kind of by the look of it, he looks like he's very down and sad. He kind of looks a little bit lonely.
Okay. I look at him and I look at Sharkface and kind of gauge Sharkface's reaction to him. See if he smells anything.
What would you say Sharkface's personality would be?
I would say pretty outgoing, pretty curious, but also very loyal, of course. So yeah, I would say he sticks close to me, but he's very outgoing with others when he's around them. But also a little overly playful because he has the background of, being very bitey when he was younger. So maybe doesn't know his own limits or strengths, but outgoing nonetheless.
Alrighty, and then at that point, then Sharkface just kind of looks at you and looks at the man, and you get the sense that Sharkface doesn't really have an opinion on this gentleman. He's a little curious as to what's going on, but other than that, it's he doesn't like,
just kind of a head tilt.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, since he doesn't sense anything negative or seem to react poorly, I'll approach the man and ask him, is everything okay?
He just kind of looks up at you, and he kind of smiles weakly, and he goes, yeah, I'm all right. Just reliving past memories is all.
Can I see anything in the photo album from where I'm standing, or is it mostly obscured?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Just gonna choose a random d20 for this. Ooh, not bad. A 15, then yeah, 19 total.
Nice.
So as he's kind of looking at you, and as he's speaking, you can kind of see it looks to be almost like a family photo that he's holding. That you see a picture of him a lot younger, and as well as a woman in the picture and a younger girl. And you can even see like the pictures kind of torn around the edges and like worse for wear shape.
Okay. I'll cautiously, of course, ask if they're not around anymore or if they're just far away.
No, they're after the weapon fired, we all were okay, and we were from the Unova region, and we were fine to stay where we were. We weren't too affected by the blast, and so we stayed for as long as we could. And one day there were no clouds in the sky, there was no wind, and all of a sudden there was a flurry of tornadoes that destroyed everything. And he kind of picks up the pictures and he kind of points to the woman with him and he says, "This is Alice," and then points to the daughter and says, "This is Lily," and they were not found that day. And then the next thing I woke up, I was in a hospital here in Sinnoh, and I learned that their bodies were later found.
I'm so sorry to hear that happened. I'm Zarin. I'm a trainer, obviously. What's your name?
My name is Max.
Well, I think it's a small comfort, but keeping the memories of the people we lose is really the only way we can honor them, I think. But it's important that they have you here to keep them alive in that way.
This is about all I have left here. After I woke up, I lost my job, my home, and I just kind of, for the last 20 years or so, I've been wandering around Sinnoh aimlessly, just kind of hoping to find something to give my life purpose. And I came to Eterna and I heard about the induction tournament. And, I thought maybe, I could make a difference in the world and help rebuild the destroyed world that took my family and, honor the memory of them.
Well, I can certainly relate to looking for purpose. What's this Eterna tournament? What is that?
The induction tournament for the Pokemon Exploration Society. So I've heard they're a group that aims to go out into the ruined regions that want to help people and Pokemon out there adapt to their new environments and find some way to make it safer for people to live. But I don't have any of the money or supplies or even any Pokemon to join the tournament. So I guess I'm a little ways off from that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a noble goal. It sounds like something that the world needs right now. Don't you think maybe there's something you could do for them besides, I mean, surely there's more work than they need other than just trainers. I mean, people have to run things here, right? Not to, if you want to seek a Pokemon, that's not...
You're not wrong. It would just be, it would be nice to go out and try to fix what has happened.
Well, I certainly understand that. Have you been able to find any Pokemon or explore outside the city to try and catch one?
I mean, I've seen Pokemon, of course, just wandering around the region, but I don't have any possessions besides this photo and the clothes on my back, let alone any money to buy Pokeballs to capture these Pokemon. It would be a little bit difficult for me to capture one at the moment.
Well, I understand that. I reach in I assume I have a bag. I'm carrying most of this in. I dig in my bag and I get 2 of the sticks of incense and 3 of my Pokeballs, and I offer them to him and I say, well, I came to the city looking for purpose as well, Mr. Max, and I didn't know what I was looking for, but this exploration society sounds like exactly what I need. I want to challenge myself and do something good in the world, and I wouldn't have known about it if I hadn't met you. So I want you to take these, and I want you to try and see me there. If it's a tournament, I want to see you at the tournament.
You notice he kind of starts to tear up a little bit as he kind of accepts the gifts. And he goes, "Oh, I wouldn't even know what to do with these. I haven't caught a Pokemon in so long. The last time I even had a Pokemon was a Pidove that my daughter gave me that was also taken in the disasters. That was probably 20 years ago. I hate to ask you for more, but do you think you could come out with me and help me find my partner? Like I see you've got there," and he kind of reaches down to kind of pet Sharkface.
As he's reaching down, I gauge Sharkface's reactions to make sure he's not still too bitey.
Roll it just a straight d20.
Okay, let's see here. Oh no, it's an 8.
No, it's not too low below 10. You see, he just kind of like playfully knits at his head. He goes, "Oh, playful sucker." He doesn't seem too phased by it.
Yeah, he didn't get his nickname for nothing. His name is Sharkface. He's fond of his teeth. He means well, I promise. But he seems to like you. So yeah, I'd be happy to help you. I'm sure you can do Lily and Alice proud.
Thank you. That means so much. And he kind of reaches in to give you a hug.
Yeah, I'd have to hug him.
And he pulls back and he's like, "All right." You can see he's was kind of crying a little bit and kind of trying to choke it back up. It's like, "All right, so as far as I know, there's 2 places by Eterna City here where we could go and find some Pokemon. There's Eterna Forest out west, and then there's Route 211 out east, and each kind of have their own set of Pokemon we could find."
Do you know what kind of Pokemon show up in either place? Maybe there's a kind you might have your eye on?
Well, I hear that we wait until nighttime here. There's a old mansion that's in Eterna Forest. We can maybe find some cool spooky ghost type Pokemon. I feel would be pretty interesting.
Okay. Yeah, let me I guess you don't know of a safe place to stay until then, do you? I mean, I assume the city itself is safe, but
Well, Pokemon centers do also, at least in the Sinnoh region, Pokemon centers do work as free inns to trainers. So we should be able to find a room or 2 at the Pokemon Center.
okay. Well, I mean, it's more than okay if you want to stay out here. I'd like to locate the Pokemon Center so I'm at least familiar with the area, but
He does have a trainer's license.
Okay, good.
So he would be able to get a room at the Pokemon Center.
Okay, good.
He'll take you to the Pokemon Center.
I guess however long it takes us to get there, we'll do that, and I'll go ahead and get set up for a room so that I have, once we're done, I have somewhere to come back to.
Yeah.
And
you see Nurse Joy in there, and she goes, "Oh, hello, and welcome to Eterna City. How may I help you?"
I'm here. I think I'm looking for the rooms for trainers, so that I can hopefully get started in the induction tournament soon. Where are the rooms?
Oh, good. Well, yeah, of course. Just let me see your trainer's license real quick, and you hand them to her, and Max hands his to her and goes, "All right. Well, the rooms are going to be directly to your right, and just when you find a room that you want, just go ahead and turn the occupied handle."
Okay, all right, I appreciate it. I'll get a room picked out. Thank you.
problem. And of course, whenever you're ready to sign up for the
Tournament, it's just going to be right around the corner, and make sure you have your 300 Poke in order to join.
Okay, perfect. I assume he's still with me?
Yeah.
All right, I ask him if he wants me to wait and we can sign up together once he has his Pokemon.
Well, that's up to you, but it would be mighty nice of you too.
All right, for sure then. Yeah, we'll make sure you have your Pokemon so we can go in together.
Sounds good. All right, and so you guys go to your rooms, and is there anything else you want to do in the city before nightfall, or just kind of shoot the shit?
Yeah, probably just shoot the shit. Just maybe get to know him better. See if he wants to. He seems, since he's having a bit of a somber day, maybe if he wants to talk about his family or tell me more about the city would be good. Just whatever seems to make him feel more comfortable.
Yeah. He doesn't really open up too much.
Much more about his family, but he does say, he's like, I haven't really been in Eterna City for too long, but I have been around the rest of the region, and it's pretty nice compared to other places. When I was still in Unova, we did kind of explore out a bit, and gosh, it was horrible, and how the regions were destroyed by that weapon of light. But
yeah, I tell him, I was pretty lucky as well in that Lava Ridge was pretty well protected by the volcano nearby, but traveling here.
Lava Ridge.
So you're from the Hoenn region?
Yeah, a bit of a ways from home, but I heard that this is one of the most active cities left, and I felt like I had to get out into the world and see more of it. I have my own things to prove to myself.
Before they closed off Snow Point City, I would have recommended you go up there because it's absolutely beautiful. But sadly, they did close off that area of the region for who knows why, assuming it wasn't safe anymore. But if you do get out to go and see the Elite Four building, the Pokemon League building, that is a absolutely gorgeous area if you ever get out that way.
Okay. If maybe we get our license together and we can go see it one day.
Absolutely.
Can I ask him what he used to do when he lived in or when he was still with his family?
Yeah. So he goes, back home, I was actually I was a journalist. I was actually when the weapon went off in the first place, I was doing some journaling work I was actually doing a story on the Pokemon League there in Unova, and all of a sudden this bright light just came out of nowhere, and I was hot and I couldn't see, and I was kind of knocked unconscious for a little bit. And when I got home, I was happy to see everyone still alive. Not in fantastic shape, but everyone was good.
That must have been a huge relief. I can't imagine how I would even find my bearings after something like that.
Yeah, it was something. I'll tell you, that journey home was one of the longest, most arduous journeys I've taken.
I guess just to keep it off of, sensitive topics, I asked him if, since he was looking at going to the I'm guessing it's an abandoned mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him if he's thinking about the abandoned mansion, if he's had an interest in ghost Pokemon for a long time, or if this is just, if he thinks it'll be easier to find some there versus out in the wild.
I don't know, I haven't had a real interest in ghost Pokemon for too long. I just, I think it's kind of interesting how they kind of fade the line between life and death. And, I've heard a lot of ghost Pokemon are pretty powerful there. And the Old Chateau, which is the name of the building, is a pretty interesting place. I've heard you can find some pretty rare Pokemon there.
Okay. Can I roll insight and see if maybe, to see if he's, glancing at the photo, or if he's, seems like he's maybe, if the ghost thing is related to the fact that he's lost his family, maybe he's hoping there's a chance he can contact them again some way, that, through this?
Yeah.
Okay. And that'll be the same as my perception, so that'll be the special attack bonus, the +4?
It'll be intuition.
Intuition. Gotcha.
or you get the feeling that there's a little bit more to the story. And if you really push, he would probably tell you, but there is a little bit more to it.
Gotcha. I'll probably hold off for now just because we're still, mostly strangers. I guess, yeah, we'll just kind of chat until it gets darker, and I assume it'll probably take a little while to walk out there, so we don't want to wait too late, but still get out there when it's dark.
I assume you kind of leave the Pokemon Center around sunset, maybe a little bit before, and you kind of get to the forest about when it's dark. And he goes, I've heard rumors of where this place is, but I haven't quite been there myself. I believe it's in the northernmost part of the forest, pretty close to Eterna City, so we should be able to get there just by kind of heading straight forward here through the entrance from Eterna City.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, I guess we will, of course, Sharkface close by, start to head through the forest towards the abandoned mansion.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. Oh, 19. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so you guys walk
For probably what you would gauge to be probably about half an hour or so.
and you spot out of the corner of your eye this black
Arched gate that is kind of overgrown in vines. And you see
overgrown trees, and you manage to get a little bit of a glimpse of a rocky path leading
through the gate.
Okay. Yeah, obviously I pointed out to him, I say, I think that's probably what we're looking for, right?
Oh, well, I bet you it is.
Yes. So we head that way. Is the gate closed, or is it,
So the gate is closed, and it's kind of held together by vines. It's a little bit difficult to open.
Okay. I guess we can try and brute force our way through it if, maybe we can both, is it like a 2-gate, or is it just one big gate?
It's a 2-gate.
Okay, yeah, if he wants to grab one door, I'll grab the other and see if we can pry it open without having to use, like, Pokemon attacks or anything on it. I don't want to start a fire.
That's fair. Roll a athletics check.
Okay. 16. Heck yeah, this dice.
So you guys are pulling, and all of a sudden,
Sudden snap, the kind of vines snap and break away as you just hear as the gate opens in a very eerily
creaking manner.
Gotcha. Well, that suits the vibe for the ghost Pokemon. Is he still on his feet? He didn't fall over or anything, right?
He's all good.
Okay, good. All right, I kind of nervously laugh because, still ghosts, even if they're Pokemon, but I kind of gesture to see if he wants to go first or if he wants me to go first.
He'll go ahead. He'll walk right up there. He looks pretty eager to get up there.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, so we, I guess we'll walk in. Do we see anything in the front yard, or does it lead pretty much straight to the mansion?
So this mansion,
the outside of it is filled with
lush growth. Like, it is very, very overgrown. And so it's kind of hard to see much of anything.
But you do, as you walk further down the like moss-laden path,
you do see this massive brick mansion that is just covered in
ivy and like kudzu and all sorts of different plants. And the
door is closed, and as you walk up,
you see
2 lanterns next to the door go, and all of a sudden these blue lights are floating in the lantern, these blue flames, and the door just creaks just barely open.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll see how he reacts and how Sharkface is feeling about it. Obviously,
Max just goes like, oh, all right, I think they want us to go there.
Thanks, Max. That's comforting. I say, yeah, it sure seems that way. The blue lanterns, they don't look at all like any kind of Pokemon. Are they like actual physical lanterns?
They are actual physical lanterns. But well, they're not lanterns. They're like the porch lights, almost like the super fancy porch lights. But they don't have any light bulbs in them, and they're just 2 floating will-o-wisps of flames in the actual light portion.
Gotcha. Okay. That's about right.
And you do notice as you kind of move around, you see the wisps the wisps kind of follow you in the cage almost.
Okay.
Like they don't go out of the cage obviously, but they kind of rotate almost as if they were looking at you.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll keep as wide a berth on that as I can to not get too close. Seems, like if they're not Pokemon, at the very least, there's something in them with a will. Yeah, we'll walk up to the door. You said the door opened, right?
Yeah, just barely. Like it's like just cracked open.
Yeah. I tell Sharkface, kind of quietly, like, just be ready, buddy, in case anything happens.
Like he's ready to pounce.
I'll grab the door and slowly push with Sharkface next to me, and I'll see if Max wants to stand on the other side of the door in case anything comes rushing out or anything.
You start pushing open the door. As it opens, it's a dark, messy room. Like it is foyer, however the hell you pronounce it. And it's just kind of in disrepair. There's tables kind of folded over. There's chairs strewn and broken about. There's some curtains that are torn, and that's just kind of what you can see at that point before walking in.
Okay, gotcha. I lean back out and tell him what I saw, and let Sharkface know, like, hey, we seem like we're okay. Yeah, I guess we'll step inside.
Okay, so you step inside, and as you step inside, the door slams shut behind you, and at this point, Max he seems he's getting a little bit nervous. Not like crazy, like terrified nervous. He's just kind of getting a little nervous. He's like, oh, okay. Like, let's get this over with.
Yeah. I try to reassure him. I'm like, well, I guess that's what you get when you ask for ghost Pokemon, huh?
That's very true. So you get the sense with that, keeping that same intuition check, you get the sense that as much as he is interested in these ghost Pokemon, he has not really had much experience with ghost Pokemon.
Gotcha. Okay, so he's a little in over his head on that front then.
I do need you to roll another just straight D20 for me. This will determine what Pokemon you're going to encounter. So this is, when I ask for a rarity check, this will be what I'm asking for. Just a straight D20 to determine what Pokemon you find.
Okay, I got a 12.
Nice. That's a good one. Okay, good. And for him, he rolled what I wanted him to roll. So there's 2 staircases to your right and left, and a room directly in front, like directly straight forward in front of you.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I guess we'll just go straight to the room in front of us, because again, stairs are more of a trick than, or more of a risk going up and down if things get chaotic.
Yeah. So you go to the room in front, and you see just this dining room kind of setup that there's just plates strewn out, there's broken porcelain kind of everywhere, and as you kind of walk in through the doorway, you notice all the bits of porcelain kind of rise up and all the silverware and stuff, and then kind of come together and form a perfectly set table.
Oh, fun. All right. I'm assuming it sets, and that's as we're entering the room. As long as nothing else moves, I want to go around the table and make sure I don't see anything underneath it or like above it towards the ceiling.
Yeah. So there is a chandelier on the ceiling. It is not lit or anything, but there is a chandelier. And roll a perception check.
Okay. Only an 11, but it's +4 for perception, so 15.
Okay. So let's see. Let me roll this thing stealth. Okay. Okay. Cool. So you are walking around, looking around the dining room, and kind of in the corner you see this vase that is sitting off in the corner, and you see what looks to be a front-facing skull on the top of the vase. And as you sit there and you kind of look at it for a little bit, you see this one red and white eye kind of move from one eye socket to the other, and then it disappears.
I'll kind of I don't want to say anything to get his attention, but I kind of motion for Max to look where I'm looking, and I point at the vase, and of course, check with Sharkface, make sure he's looking the same direction. Is there something I could maybe throw at the vase to try and knock it over or disturb it a little?
I mean, you could grab a plate or a fork or something.
Just ruin their dinner set. As it goes, that's what I would be most mad about. Be like,
I mean, this thing has been abandoned for like over 100 years. I mean, I'm sure they won't mind.
fair enough. Yeah, I'll try and grab a plate and see if I can kind of like wing it at the vase like a frisbee.
Yeah, roll an athletics check.
All right. Ah, only a 4, and that's athletics is +2, so it's only a 6. I'm probably gonna miss that one.
Oh yeah, so you kind of throw the plate like a frisbee, and it just shatters against the wall. And you do see the eye kind of move over towards where the plate was, and you just hear, "Oh, oh."
Okay. I check with Max, see if he noticed the eye this time.
Oh yeah, he noticed it.
Just making sure. He may have not been looking.
What is? Keep in mind, you do also have a Pokédex on you.
Gotcha. Yeah, let me see then if my Pokédex recognizes anything.
So you pointed at the skull.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, Duskull, directly on Pokemon. A glare from its single scarlet eye makes even burly grown-up freeze in utter fear. It is a nocturnal Pokemon that roams about under the cloak of darkness.
Yeah, I'll kind of motion to him and show him the picture and like nod towards the vase. Like I think that's, probably what's in there. And I tell him kind of quietly, I'm going to see if I can lure it out of the vase. Let me see if I can get Sharkface to kind of ready in action to use his attack. Ember will be our best bet. I'm going to see if I can't throw another plate at the vase to kind of knock it over and have him ready with an Ember attack.
Okay, roll another athletics check.
All right, let's see if my aim is better. Unless Max wants to throw a plate, he's more than welcome to. All right, D20, don't fail me. 11, so 13.
Okay, yeah, it will. That one will hit that time. You just kind of see the cloak and the eye appear in the middle as it puts out its arms like oh, and it is ready to fight you.
Yeah, I guess I'll see if he can hit him with the Ember attack.
Okay, so with the Ember, you're going to roll the hit.
Okay. Well, not great. It's only a 5.
So you.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
So Ember's damage base is 4, but since it is a fire type and Sharkface is also a fire type, you increase that by 2. So you're gonna roll for 6. So you're gonna roll 2d8 plus or 2d6 plus 8.
Okay, 2d6 plus 8. 2 and a 5, and then plus the 8, so 15. Okay, 2d6 plus 8. 2 and a 5, and then plus the 8, so 15. Okay, 2d6 plus 8. 2 and a 5, and then plus the 8, so 15.
Okay. And so now we have that all situated, right? Since it is a special attack, I'm going to lower that damage by Duskull's special defense, which is 9, so it just does 15 damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Sharkface kind of starts burning up this flame in its mouth as it shoots out this ember towards the Duskull, and it hits it square in the skull as you see Duskull kind of start struggling to kind of float a little bit. And so it is going to be Duskull's turn. So Duskull is going to disappear. It's going to go invisible, and then all of a sudden you're looking around, can't find it, and it reappears right behind Sharkface, and it just kind of slaps him.
Fair enough.
Okay, I rolled bad. He rolled a 5, so he hit. And so he has 19 ghost-type damage coming at him.
Oh, 19, so then 10.
Yep, so he takes 10 damage. All right, so now it is your turn. The Duskull is, really struggling to kind of levitate right now, and it is right behind Sharkface.
Okay. I guess I'll urge Max to throw a Pokeball at it, see if it's weak enough that he can capture it.
Okay, first roll an intuition check.
Okay, intuition. Let's see here. 12 plus its special attack is intuition, the modifier?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be 12 plus 4, so yeah, 16.
Okay, so it is definitely low enough to where you would have a very good chance of capturing it. And then I need you to roll a charm check to try to convince Max to capture it, because he's like, I really would like you to show me how to do it first, so that way I get a kind of gist of how it works.
Okay. All right. I'll see if I can convince him, but if he won't, then. Oh, hey, a 16. what would charm be based on? Which stat?
It's +2.
+2. Okay, gotcha. So then, yeah, 18 total.
Okay, yeah. He goes, okay, I'll try, and he will go to throw the Pokeball. Let's see if it hits. It hits, so he throws the Pokeball, and it hits the Duskull, and it kind of turns into this red beam of light and gets sucked into the Pokeball. And Max will now roll a D100. He actually rolled really bad.
No.
He rolled a 3.
Oh no.
So he throws the Pokeball, and before the Pokeball even hits the ground, it bursts open again, and the Duskull is there and even more pissed than ever. It's like, Duskull! And it's going to disappear and then reappear right behind Sharkface again and then slap him again. Oh, damn it.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 2.
No.
So he goes to hit Sharkface and kind of surprise him, but Sharkface quickly whirls around and notices that Duskull is there and kind of just dodges right out of the way of the astonished move. Then Max goes, see, I really need you to show me how to do this. It's been a while.
All right, yeah, I'll see if I can, because I mean I don't want to knock him out and have him run away, so I'll try and throw my own Pokeball, see if I can do any better. All right, so I just got to roll a D20 to throw the Pokeball. 16 again, which is...
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll a D100 flat.
Okay, all right. Let's see if these random dice do me good. Oh, heck yeah, 84.
Oh yeah, so you go and you throw the Pokeball and it sucks it back in again, and the Pokeball just kind of floats there, and it shakes once, shakes twice, it shakes a third time, and it goes ding, and your Pokedex goes, Duskull has been added to your Pokedex.
Awesome. All right, so then we're doing good there. But now we have to find Max another Pokemon. All right, yeah. I guess do I pick up the Pokeball or does it come back to me on its own?
You can go pick it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll pick that up and kind of, I guess, just nervously laugh a little bit and be like, all right, well, I guess that's about as good a demonstration as I can give. You think you may be ready to find another one?
Yeah, I think I can do this. Yeah, let's go and let's try to find some more.
All right. I guess we'll go. So there were 2 staircases and then this room, right?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, we will go back out and I see which staircase he wants to try since this is going to be. I mean, I guess I'll still have to fight it for him because he doesn't have a Pokemon to fight with. But this will give him a little bit more agency in the situation.
Yeah. He kind of starts walking up, and he's kind of choosing between the two, looking back and forth. Because I think we should go to this one. And he points. If you're coming out of the room, he points to the one on the left.
Okay, so that'll be the right one from the front door.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which, I mean, as it elevates, it does just come out to another platform, but there is a doorway directly forward, directly in front.
Okay. All right, then yeah, I guess that's the obvious direction to continue in.
Yeah. So you guys kind of walk through the doorway, and you see what looks to be an abandoned library. There's kind of books thrown all over the place, shredded paper everywhere, and just tables and chairs all kind of cracked and torn apart. As you do start to see kind of books fly about, almost like they're birds, just kind of throughout the room. And Max looks around, and he notices, and he kind of points out to you, he goes, "You see that table over there? I think there's a mask on it."
Okay. All right. Let's go see what it is.
And so you come up with this mask, and it's like a gold-plated mask, and it looks like it's kind of sad, right? It has kind of like a sad theater face. And you go up to it, and as you get closer and closer, you notice that it kind of starts to cry.
Oh, that's upsetting. Okay. All right. Yeah.
And he goes, "I've seen this before." And he kind of starts thinking back. He goes, I know what this is. And he kind of goes and he just kind of taps on it. And you see the mask just kind of get up and start floating as this small black thing appears to be holding it with its tail and 2 fists out to one side and a big red eye sad eye looking back at you.
All right. I'm gonna point my Pokédex at it real quick, see if it tells me anything about it.
Yeah, so it's sitting there, it's registering. Yamask, the spirit Pokemon. Each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was human. Sometimes they look at it and cry. This Pokemon is from the Unova region.
Oh. So from his home, well, I don't guess original home, but his where he was before when the tornadoes hit. Let's hope that doesn't make him sad.
He seems excited. He's like, yeah, I know what this is. I knew that this was what it was.
Okay, cool. I tell him, all right, same as before. I'm gonna try to weaken it and see if you can't get it into a Pokeball.
He goes, sounds good. And then he goes, all right, Sharky, use Ember. So go ahead and tell me what Sharkface's speed is again.
Speed is 10.
Yamask is also a 3. so Sharkface does go first. Does he listen to Max when he tells him to use Ember?
It's an 8, which I guess that's going to depend on Yamask's defense stats, depending on what he's using.
It'll hit.
Okay, cool.
So that damage is a D6. Remember now, since it is a fire type move and Sharkface is a fire type.
Yeah, it's 6, so it's 2d6 plus 8, 6 and a 1. Fair enough. And then that's plus the special attack, since he's a fire type using a fire move. So 7 plus 9, 6. Oh, and plus 8. Yeah. So 15 plus 9, so 24 again.
And Yamask's special defense is 7, so it's going to take 17 damage. Okay, so you see the Ember kind of hits Yamask right in the head, and it goes, Yamask! And it kind of flurs back, and it does kind of flip backwards and kind of lands back, and it looks a little bit dazed as it's going to come up and disappear just like the Duskull did. And it's going to reappear right behind Sharkface, and it's going to use Astonish. So what Sharkface's speed evasion is a 2, so that is going to hit for 1d8. Oh, well, that was bad. Plus Yamask's attack, so it's coming in for 13 ghost type damage coming towards you, and then minus your physical defense because of the physical attack.
Okay, so minus 9, 13. Okay. All right. Yeah. So see if I'm guessing it doesn't look quite weak enough to capture yet.
It's looking pretty weak. Like if you were to hit it with another hit like that, you'd probably knock it.
Okay. I'll see if Max wants to try one more time. See if he can get it this time, or if it's gonna be
He goes, all right, here I come. Pokeball, go!
Oh no.
He throws the Pokeball and he forgets to let go until the very second, so it just kind of hits the ground right between his feet and snaps.
Oh no.
No! He goes, I have one left.
All right, 3's the magic number. I'm assuming that means Yamask is going to get another turn.
Yeah, so it's going to use Astonish again on Sharkface.
Okay.
That just barely hit. Man, I'm not rolling below 3, but I'm not rolling higher than 10.
I was doing good earlier on. My rolls have declined a bit since the beginning.
Let's see here. It was 1d8 plus 8, so that's 11 plus Yamask's fantastic attack score of 3. So it does 14 damage coming at you, minus your defense.
Okay, so minus the 9 then.
I said 14, so that's 5 damage. I said 14, so that's 5 damage. Alrighty. Alright, one more time. Go Pokeball! That's a lot better. That's a 13.
Okay, cool.
He hits it that time. Heck yeah. That was high enough to capture it even at full health.
Oh, awesome.
By 2. It shakes once. It shakes twice. It shakes a third time. It shakes a 4th time. And it goes, ding! He goes, I caught it!
All right, I obviously celebrate. I high five.
He kind of turns to you and goes in for a hug.
Yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely. Hug for that.
And he's like, oh, I gotta go grab it. And he kind of goes back and he kind of picks it up and he kind of looks at the Pokeball and you see he kind of starts to get teary-eyed a little bit. And He shrinks the Pokeball to like a little marble size, and he kind of sticks it into his pocket and he goes, "Thank you so much. I very much appreciate all you've done for me."
I say absolutely. I kind of want to like. Are we still half hugging, or did he walk away when he picked it up?
Nah, he walked away when he picked it up.
Okay, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and I'll just say they'd be really proud of you.
And he says, that means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, give it a second to be polite, but be like, well, I guess now we just have to make it back into the city, without any more of these things coming after us.
Right. Roll just a straight d20 for me again.
Okay. 15.
Okay. So you managed to get out of the Old Chateau without seeing any more ghost Pokemon.
Okay.
And as you close the door behind you, you notice the two little will-o-wisps there. They're floating there. They both turn your way and then snuff out, and you're left in darkness.
Okay, fun. All right. Well, I don't have anything like a lantern or anything, so I guess we'll just have to deal with the darkness.
And you guys can make your way back pretty decently. You guys make your way back to the Pokemon Center. I assume you're going back to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, absolutely. Just probably heal and.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna give? You're gonna heal up Sharkface and your new friend Duskull, and you kind of give the Pokeballs over to Nurse Joy, and she's like sitting there like nodding off, like obviously she got the short straw and had the night shift, and she goes, "Oh, okay. You need these guys healed?"
Yes, please.
Okay, then she kind of takes your two Pokeballs and she takes the Yamask's Pokeball from Max, and she goes, okay. And she kind of turns around and walks to the back, and she comes back about 15 minutes later. She goes, all done. And it's very obvious that she's delirious from the lack of sleep. But your Pokemon are healed and good.
All right, I'm going to make sure, or let Sharkface back out if he's allowed out in the Pokemon Center.
He goes,
and should we make sure we have the right Pokeballs? Is she good?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll see what Duskull's feeling like. See how he's feeling after being caught.
Yeah, so you release Duskull just in the middle of the Poke Center, and he goes, Duskull. And it just kind of floats there next to you, and its one eye is kind of like resting in between the eye sockets, so you can only see like the corners of the eye, and it's just kind of sitting there staring at you, floating up and down.
Okay. I'll see if it responds to any kind of like conversation, like ask it if it if it was happier in the mansion, or if it if it's happy to see more of the world outside of the mansion.
Duskull, and it kind of does like a little flip, like a little excited flip in the air.
Okay. A happy ghost. Perfect.
And at this point, Nurse Joy kind of like gets a little bit of lucidity, and she's like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And she's like, "Oh, a Duskull. Where'd you find that?"
I sheepishly just outside in the forest. There's that abandoned mansion.
Oh, the Old Chateau.
Yeah, there were quite a few ghost Pokemon there, I'm willing to bet. Luckily, we only encountered a couple, but this is where I found this guy.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I guess I should probably put him away so as not to scare any of the other guests, but I just wanted to meet my new friend.
And she kind of gestures to the empty Pokemon Center in front of you. She's just like, yeah, all of the guests.
Okay, look, ma'am, this was for you, but fine, we'll drop the facade. You didn't seem happy about it at first.
Well, I was also sleeping. If you were asleep and you woke up and saw a Duskull staring at you, don't you think you would also be scared?
Just a bit, just a little. Although less so now that I know I have one.
God, they call it a sleep paralysis demon, more like a sleep paralysis Duskull.
All right, yeah. I guess from there we'll go back to our rooms. And does he know when the tournament is for the Exploration Society?
He goes, yeah. The last I heard, the tournament is gonna be 5 days from tomorrow.
Okay. Can we go ahead and sign up now for it?
Probably. It's probably about you look at the clock and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning? Probably not right now, but we probably could in the morning, I bet you.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah. Then. Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah. Then. Yeah. If he wants to, we can meet up in the morning and sign up together. Because I'm guessing since he doesn't have much to his name, he's gonna need some money for the sign up fee too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, okay. I'll make less of a show about it so he doesn't have to feel bad. But in the morning I'll make sure we both have our money paid because I should have plenty for both of us. I think I rolled pretty well on the money thing. Yeah, then it'll leave me with 200 to get us both signed up.
Okay. Well, so you guys go to bed and you wake up in the morning and you kind of head over to the booth and there's a gentleman sitting at the desk. He goes, "Oh, howdy. How are you guys doing today?"
I assume I'm still a little tired given the late sleep, but I yawn. I'm like, well, not too bad given the late night, but we were hoping to sign up for the tournament.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you guys have your 300 Poke fee? Max just kind of looks at you. You hand it over to him.
Yeah, without making too much of a show of it, yeah. But yeah, hand that over, and I guess there's probably paperwork we have to do.
Yeah, he'll kind of count it out and goes, "All right, now I just need to see your trainer's card."
Okay. I assume we both present that.
Yeah, you hand your license, and he kind of jots it down. He goes, "Alrighty, and is there any Pokemon you wish to register for the tournament, as well as the rented Pokemon you will receive for the tournament?"
Yeah, I'll register my Sharkface here, and I point to my Growlithe and this Duskull.
Alrighty, and does this Duskull have a name, or is it just Duskull?
I'm just gonna call him Frisbee because of the plates I threw at him.
Goes, Frisbee. Gotcha. Interesting name. And then he looks at Max and goes, "What about you, sir?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have this Yamask here." And he goes, "Okay, is there a name for that Yamask?" And he kind of looks. He goes, "Yeah, her name is Lily." And that's where the scene is going to fade as we kind of zoom out on Eterna City as we finish for the night.